Period. All of this Giannis hype. He's Derrick Rose, bro. He's not Shaq. I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, he's the Shaq of this generation." He's not Dwight Howard. Oh, he's the new Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard got his team past the prime LeBron James and went to the NBA Finals. Shaq got his team past Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and went to the NBA Finals. Giannis' resume doesn't show anything great like that. When Giannis first had expectation to make it to the conference finals and challenge LeBron, he got put out by rookie Jason Tatum and sophomore Jalen Brown. He didn't make it. He got put out in the first round by a young team without Gordon Hayward, without Kyrie Irving, and they end up taking the spot and going and challenging the Cavs and pushing them 7 games. But Giannis, if he was so great, he could have at least made it to the conference finals and knocked off some young guys like that, inexperienced like that. But he didn't do it. Next time he gets the hype MVP of the league, he's taking everything by storm. Oh, Giannis this, Giannis that. Kawhi comes first year in Toronto. First year. Toronto team that historically has choked. Kawhi just getting there in the system. Barely played that many games in Toronto. It's surely Giannis' time now. They built the wall and he folds again. He can't do anything because he can't shoot. All he is, like James Harden said, if he was 6, 7 feet, 6'10", 7 feet, and had arms long like that and athletic, he could, it doesn't take too much skill to just go run up and down the court and dunk. But outside of that, what can he do? So he gets knocked off by Kawhi. Another disappointing year. Doesn't live up to the hype when he was picked to a favorite to make the finals. Then the next year, knowing he can't shoot, he lets a 50-40-90 guy go and Malcolm Brogdon and pushes for Eric Bledsoe to get signed. Another guy that can't shoot. So now you got a guard. So we see, at least with LeBron, when he puts the pieces, he can bring in the right pieces. This guy's so not there upstairs. He picks a athletic point guard that's pretty much just a small version of him that's going to crowd up the floor over a Malcolm Brogdon. If he pushed for Brogdon will still be there. But we see what happens. So we see the decision making is flawed as far as knowing what he needs around him. And we see that under the big lights, he'll fold. And all you got to do is make him shoot jumpers. So now I'm telling everybody he's going to fold again. He's struggling against the Magic without Aaron Gordon, without Mo Bamba, without Michael Carter-Williams. It's just Vujovic and a bunch of maybe bench role players. We can say that. No disrespect, but a bunch of bench role players. So I'm telling everybody right now, the Miami Heat have the best coach in the East. The third best. The Pop is number one. Rick Carlisle is number two, and Spoelstra is number three as far as my coaches in the NBA. Third best coach in the NBA, best coach in the East. Best big man in the East, and Bam Adebayo. I say that because with Embiid, he slows down the system, kind of like that effect Melo was having in this new NBA. This isn't the old slow-paced NBA. You want a big man who can get into their move fast, who can shoot, who can defend all five positions, quick feet, athletic. Bam Adebayo fills all those positions, feeds other guys, get rebounds, can score at will. Best big man in the East. And Jimmy Butler is the best player in the Eastern Conference. Everything Kawhi can do, Jimmy Butler can do. His only issue was he needed to be in the right situation, just like the other greats. And he's finally in the right situation. The guy that was homeless at Marquette, fought from the bottom, made it to the league, wasn't really talked about coming in, made himself a big name, but he was playing with a bunch of soft guys. Now the soft superstar Derrick Rose, Luol Deng, all these soft guys, Boozer. Then he goes to Minnesota playing with more soft guys, Cat, Andrew Wiggins. These are not his type. He comes from nothing, work hard for his position, needs to be around those same type of gritty guys. He goes to Miami. Everybody said, oh, what is he going there for? He just wants to score, get stats. He doesn't want to win. He's seen something that a lot of people wasn't paying attention to. Third best coach in the NBA, Bam Adebayo. None emerges. Gordon Gradges, one of the best pure point guards in the NBA. Tyler Hero emerges. Um, um, I mean, just a solid foundation, a solid organization, solid pieces all around. They can run a three white guy lineup that can shoot your lights out. Jay Crowder comes in, another tough, gritty defensive guy who can shoot. Andre Iguodala comes in, another guy that's like Jimmy Butler. So now you got all of these pieces who are on the same wavelength as him, wants to win like him, tough like him, understands how to play, and then you got the right puppet master and Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra pulling the strings. And Jimmy Butler can do everything Kawhi Leonard can do. He's just his arms is a little shorter and he's a little shorter. But if we're talking about the skill set, he's in that same mold as Kawhi Leonard. He's in that same mold as Kobe Bryant. He's in that same mold as Michael Jordan, the Carmelo Anthony's, Jason Tatum. But he has that mentality closer than Kawhi to a Jordan, to a Kobe, that toughness. And we seen him pretty much putting the Sixers on his back last year. Kawhi just gets away with a nice bounce. They put themselves in position. It was a great series, but Jimmy was big all last year. So let's not say he didn't show up. Jimmy definitely showed up. You can point to some other guys, but you can't say Jimmy Butler didn't show up because when the lights were the biggest, Jimmy Butler hit the big shots, i.e. the nickname Jimmy Buckets. And next round, Unlike Giannis, the so-called best player who can't handle the AC, he's struggling. And this is not a good AC like a Portland or nothing like that. This is a mediocre AC in Orlando. Unlike Giannis, he's going in there with one of the hottest players in the bubble and TJ Warren. Slow all that 50-point stuff down. Oladipo back doesn't matter. They're down 3-0. Pay attention to the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is the best team in the Eastern Conference. If Kemba Walker was healthy, I would, it's real close between Boston and Miami, and then Toronto. I put right behind them. I just think I think Siakam is solid, but I think in that big moment I trust Jimmy Butler more than Siakam, and in that big moment I trust Jason Tatum more than Siakam. So you're gonna see next round. The Bucks are going home. All of you Milwaukee fans and Giannis bandwagon fans, you go get your Golden State jerseys right now because Giannis on his way to Golden State. They got that number 2 pick. Giannis is on his way to Golden State. Whether it's a sign and trade or they got to move Draymond. Draymond's on the way out the door. Giannis on the way to Golden State. He'll be playing the 5 next year. It'll be Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Pascal, and Giannis at the 5. Milwaukee fans, go ask your grandfathers how it felt when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to LA. It's going to be similar. Hopefully you can get you a nice pick and get a LaMelo Ball to carry the franchise. We'll see. But thus far, the organization has made a very stupid move by getting rid of Malcolm Brogdon. So I wouldn't trust. Clean house, clean house. But Jimmy Butler is going to show the world, and the Miami Heat is going to show the world. They're going to put the Eastern Conference on notice next round. Won't be a shock to me. Won't be breaking news to me. Won't be a wow. Because the Miami Heat, while everybody else is talking, while everybody else is getting attention, the Miami Heat is just playing great Miami Heat basketball. The defense looks great. The offense looks great. None of that ISO stuff that you see going on in Clipperland. If the Clippers, if the Mavs don't knock out the Clippers, and the Clippers happen to make it to the finals, the Miami Heat will beat the Clippers. They have problems if they have to face the Mavs, who I favor. If Luka's healthy, I favor them beating the Clippers. And the Lakers, I think Mavs Clippers finals, barring injury to any major pieces. Mavs and Lakers will beat the Heat because they're just too big for the Heat. Bam's only like 6'8", 6'9". But if they get the Clippers, Jimmy Butler in a big moment, will come up bigger than Kawhi. Trust me. And it won't be Kawhi's fault. It'll be Paul George. Paul George cannot handle the lights. We've seen this his whole career, and we're seeing the same thing right now. If you know Paul George, you know the bigger the lights get, the more Paul George turns into George Paul, as Skip Bayless says. The rest of the team, they just don't click with Kawhi like that. Kawhi was better off standing in Toronto with the laid back backpack type guys. He went with the gangster rappers. Personalities don't fit. These guys want to hit the strip club, pop bottles, listen to all that rap, thugging after the game. They smoke getting high. All of that. That's not Kawhi. Kawhi just want to play some basketball, chill, laid back. He might do his thing, but it's just on some laid back type chill vibes. A whole different type of chemistry. I don't think the coaching fits him. I don't think the teammates fit him. And I think he thought Paul George would make it cool, but now he's seeing in a big moment Paul George is not Siakam. So Siakam, great number two. Paul George isn't that guy. Um, Miami Heat is the best team in the East. Bam is the big man in the East, and Jimmy Butler is the best player in the East. You heard it here first. Trap Media. Subscribe, like, share, and let me know who you got coming out the East and the West. I got Lakers and Heat or Mavs and Heat, depending on Luka Doncic's health. If Luka isn't all the way right, Lakers and Heat. Heat take, and Lakers take it. But Jimmy Butler is the best player in the East.